Now from New York City, America's accountant, Dan Geltrude. Dan, a lot to chew on here. But Dan, I guess I'll just get your reaction to this latest effort from the IRS. Is this going to make a difference?
In theory, this would be a good thing. But again, I want to stress in theory here, Steph. So what this really becomes is a further erosion of privacy. But we're up against that in a lot of areas because if we want to be able to use technology to the fullest extent, we have to give something up. So now we're going to be looking at, in order to access your account with the IRS, as you said, in the summer, we're going to need to have our photo ID and this facial recognition process done with a third party, ID.me. So now when you're going to do that, Steph, you actually have to sign up with them. So you are signing off on their consent policy, which means they say they're not going to sell any of the information, but they will share it with select partners and they will comply with law enforcement. So that means the data that they collect from you, which you're consenting to, can be used, well, by other people if they think it's appropriate. And you sign off on it.
I'm wondering for some people who aren't very good with tech type of stuff, if this is going to be a challenge for them, as already filing taxes is annoying and can be challenging for some people, including me. But this just seems like an extra hoop for people. Do you think some people will just want to stay away from doing it altogether? Because obviously they're doing this to try to collect more money, make sure there's no more, that there's less fraud and scam going on.
Yeah, it's really driven. The IRS is really driving the point here that they want to have a more secure system as to who is accessing accounts within irs.gov. But the question becomes here, we're going to a third party. Now, we already know that the IRS has been hacked before in the past, so there's going to be some distrust related to the IRS. Could an independent third party do it better? Perhaps they can. But again, this is now another layer, another company that's going to have access to your personal information. And again, it's just an erosion of our privacy. And I think that there's going to be a lot of people upset about it, but you don't have a choice. If you want to be able to access your account with the IRS, this is going to be the only way to do that, Steph.
And I can definitely see why people would be concerned about their privacy. And it's not like paying your taxes or going through the IRS is optional, because some people make the arguments, oh, well, you do all these apps and you're fine with sharing your information there. But that's not everyone, and it's also not mandatory. So I can see that there's probably going to be a long debate on this. Now, I want to shift gears here. It looks like New York City's new mayor, Eric Adams, is a fan of cryptocurrency, so much so that he's asked to have his first paycheck be paid in Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is an interesting shift.
It is an interesting shift, and I don't know if that has anything to do with how these cryptocurrencies are tanking in value. Is there some karma there, Steph? I don't know. But certainly he is trying to send a message related to technology and the link chain technology related to cryptocurrencies and New York being the hub of all that technology. So he's trying to send a message. Is it a good one? I don't really think it matters either way, just because the mayor of New York and I know the mayor of Miami are opting to get paid in cryptocurrency. Does that really matter? Well, it doesn't to me. I don't know if it matters to you.
Yeah. And then as for your feelings on crypto, mine are, I'm not against it, and we talk about it a lot on this show, but a lot of people are using crypto as some sort of investment. They think if they buy in now, that eventually it'll go up high and they can sell it and make money. But a lot of people lose money doing this too.
Yeah, if you're going to get involved in cryptos, which, let me correct something I said, it's blockchain technology. That's really what the value is here. It's what's behind this currency, because it's really not a currency, it's an investment. It's treated like a stock, for example, for tax purposes. So every time that you're transacting in a cryptocurrency, it's actually a tax event that you're setting off. But I do think it's here to stay, but it's very volatile. So like anything else, people who are going to get involved in this type of investment stuff, they have to go in with their eyes open and understand the risks. And we're seeing that risk right now as we see the slide in value going down.
Yeah, and we've seen that. We've followed the roller coaster of the cryptocurrency value for the various cryptocurrency. So it is interesting to see where it is, and as you pointed out, it's pretty low today for some of them. Now, the Federal Reserve has also taken first steps towards potentially pursuing a digital dollar. Where do you think that will go?
Well, that's an interesting one, right? So now the Fed is looking at whether they should have their own cryptocurrency. I think it's going to take a while for the U.S. government to actually get to that point. However, what is probably going to happen before that is a payment option through the federal government called Fed Now. So that would act like some of these payment apps that we see, where you would actually transact U.S. dollars through the federal government. But here we go to, would people really trust having the federal government knowing what they're transacting in? I don't think so. So I think it's really going to be a tough one for people to trust the federal government actually tracking their transactions.
Yeah, I'm a little skeptical too, that's for sure. Well, Dan, we're going to leave it here. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Steph.
Of course.